Episode 10, Motherhood, Girl with the List. I opened my eyes to the sound of soft beeping and a baby's cry. My body ached in places I didn't even know existed. I leaned over to the crib beside me and picked up my baby, holding her in the dim hospital light. In that quiet, somewhere between exhaustion and awe, I realised my life had completely shifted overnight. I held my baby close to my heart, so grateful for this perfectly healthy little girl. But as I held her, I also felt the pain all over my body from the delivery hours earlier. The weeks that followed were a blur. Fascination mixed with exhaustion, love tangled with confusion. I was grateful beyond words, but also struggling to understand this new version of myself. I remember telling a family member after days of sleep deprivation, "This is horrible. Why do people do this again and again?" He laughed and said, "It's tough, but honestly, I think people just forget." But I knew, even then, that I wouldn't forget. Recently, a family member asked me if I would share my experiences with motherhood in an upcoming episode. The truth is, I'd need an entire season to talk about motherhood, postpartum, and pregnancy. As I slowly come out of the trenches, I thought now might be the right time to share my honest take and personal experience of motherhood. A few years ago, a video started circulating on social media called Uni's Pros and Cons List of Having Children. Not long after, another list appeared, The Girl with the List, created by Abigail Porter, a TikTok creator known for her free birth control series. What began in February 2022 with a TikTok stitch of a woman explaining why your booty goes flat after giving birth ended up going viral in 2023. The conversation spread quickly and was picked up by major media outlets including NBC, BuzzFeed, and the Daily Mail. Regardless of people's views on motherhood, these lists marked a turning point. Women were finally talking openly about pregnancy, postpartum, and the reality behind the highlight reels we often see online. On her website, Abigail Porter describes herself as a child-free reproductive rights advocate who spends her free time curing the internet's baby fever. Many have praised her list for inspiring more honest discussions about pregnancy and birth. Whether people agreed with her or not, her work reflected a deeper need for more open dialogue and more comprehensive education around women's health. Abigail Porter's list currently includes 121 reasons, and I've chosen not to read them so that I can share my honest reactions and opinions. Today I'll go through the first part, pregnancy, and share what I know and if they align with my own experience. Number 1, morning sickness. Yes, I did experience morning sickness with both of my daughters. It was quite severe, but not to the extent of having hyperemesis. Number 2, a girl threw up so much from morning sickness, she popped the blood vessels in her eyes. No, I didn't have that, and I don't know of anyone that has had that, but that's not to say that it can't happen. Number 3, you can become allergic to your own skin. It's called, I'm going to try to pronounce this, pemphigoid gestationis. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. And it affects about 1 in 50,000 pregnancies. I don't know about this. I didn't have it, and I don't know anyone that's had it. Number 4, you can't choose how many babies you have. Imagine you finally decide you're ready and have a kid, and then boom, triplets. That's triple the finances, triple the mouths to feed, and triple the stress. Look, yes, thankfully I only had 1 pregnancy each time, but that is true. My mum did have twins as well without realizing. So yes, it can definitely happen, and I've heard of people that just wanted 1 more and ended up with triplets. So yes, that is very true. Number 5, many women lose their teeth during and after pregnancy. Babies need a lot of calcium to grow their skeletons, and if there isn't enough calcium in the woman's diet, the baby will take the calcium from the mother's bones. They literally steal your bones to make their own. I didn't experience anything like that. I don't remember having any major calcium issues, and my teeth are definitely all still intact. I'm sure there's some scientific truth to that. I think maybe it's probably been exaggerated a bit. The part about your teeth falling out, look, my husband's a dentist. I will clarify that with him, and I will get back to you in my Serenade Sessions video that I will be releasing later this week. But I don't know about that, and I don't know of anyone that's had that, but I'm sure that there is some accuracy to parts of that statement. Number 6, babies grind their gums together in the womb and you can hear them doing it. Again, I didn't experience that. I don't know of anyone that experienced that either, but it sounds interesting. Number 7, fetus in the womb will grow hair called lanugo all over their bodies in order to help keep them warm. Eventually, the fetus will shed that hair and eat it. For the first few days of their life, a baby's poop is made out of mostly hair and amniotic fluid. Ew. Okay, so a quick Google search. It sounds like that is true. I didn't know that. Both of my girls were born with a lot of hair on their body. But yeah, it sounds like it's true. Number 8. A heavily tattooed woman grew warts and blisters all over her body because her pregnant body started to reject the years-old ink from her tattoos. I don't have any tattoos, so I didn't experience that, and I don't know of anyone that experienced that, but there is a photo of it on her blog article, so yes, it seems that it's true. Number 9, babies kicking and moving around in the womb isn't always cute. Sometimes it looks like an alien is trying to brutally claw their way out of the body, and apparently it hurts. Both my daughters kicked me while they're in my tummy, and sometimes it is cute and sometimes it does hurt a fair bit, especially towards the end. So yes, there is some accuracy to that for sure. Number 10, you can become allergic to the baby's pee when it's inside you, which makes your insides feel itchy. I didn't experience this one, so I can't comment on that one either. Number 11, one woman said the baby felt like a bag of snakes inside her. You definitely have a human inside you growing and moving around. I don't know that it ever felt like a snake, and I never thought about it like that. I always related it to a person. Yeah, I guess different people, different experiences. Number 12, you can grow pregnancy tumors in your mouth called pyogenic granulomas. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Again, there's a photo here. I don't know about this one. I didn't experience it, and probably another question for my husband if that's a common thing that happens. But no, I didn't experience it, and I don't know if anyone that did. Number 13, your toenails can get really soft and break or even fall completely off. Didn't experience this one either, and don't know of anyone that did. Number 14, strange cravings. A woman became addicted to the spongy cushions in her armchair. I didn't have any strange cravings, definitely wasn't addicted to anything like that, just a typical salty snack. Number 15, hormonal changes can impact the melanin production in your hair and cause it to turn white prematurely. That's really interesting because with my eldest daughter, when I fell pregnant with her, I was 29 and I gave birth when I was 30. But I remember when I was pregnant with her, that's when I first saw my first white hair. And I was like shocked because I think 29 is still relatively young to start going grey or white or whatever. I got a couple of white hairs during my pregnancy and I was like shocked. But then it disappeared. And then after that, when I fell pregnant again around 33, I got the white hairs again and then gave birth. And now I'm 36 and I do have the same white hairs around that area. So maybe that's there's some truth to that because it did happen to me. I just assumed that it was to do with stress. And then I was like tired or something from the baby. So yeah, that's interesting. Number 16, it's very common for the two muscles that run down the middle of your stomach to separate during pregnancy. It's called diastasis recti, and you can put your fingers into the separation, which looks like this. And there's a photo there. Yes, this is common, and it does happen I worked with a physio after both pregnancies for this, but yes, it is definitely true and it does happen. Number 17, you can develop an allergy to your pets while pregnant. This one is an absolute deal breaker for me. My 2 cats are my babies. I didn't experience that. I don't know of anyone that did. I do have a dog, and no, I wasn't allergic to him during either pregnancy. Number 18, your voice can change. Swelling in the vocal cords, pressure on the diaphragm, and hormonal changes can make your voice get deeper while pregnant. Kristen Bell apparently had to re-record a bunch of her lines in the movie Frozen after she gave birth because the change was so noticeable. I don't know about that one. I don't know if my voice got deeper. Maybe. Not so much that anyone's pointed out to me, but yeah, that's interesting. Number 19, dermoid cyst, a type of ovarian tumor that can contain mature tissues like hair, teeth, and even skin, essentially forming a mini body within the ovary. They can contain teeth, hair, and even eyeballs. I feel like I have read about this somewhere, and apparently it does happen. It didn't happen to me, but yeah, I feel like I have read about this. Number 20, when babies kick, they can actually bruise you from the inside. Yeah, look, I would believe that. Both my girls kicked me pretty hard and it was pretty painful. I don't know, I can't look inside myself, so I don't know if there's a bruise there, but yes, I could believe that. 21, pregnancy nose. And then there's a photo there of a woman's before pregnancy and during pregnancy. This woman posted a TikTok showing her nose just a few months apart. The difference is crazy. Yes, this happened to me with both my daughters, and my nose literally took over my entire face, probably closer towards that last trimester. And it is really common. There are a lot of videos about this on TikTok where a woman's face can completely change during pregnancy. Thankfully, it does go back down again. But yes, that is very true. And it did happen to me both times. Maybe I'll post a photo on my blog article this week of a before and after. Number 22, it's possible to become so constipated during pregnancy that the poop has to come out the other end. Pregnant people have literally puked their own shit. Wow, that definitely didn't happen to me. I don't know anyone that happened to. That's insane. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I can't comment on that one. I don't know about that. 23, one mum developed asthma from her baby kicking her lungs so often inside her. I didn't know that could happen. I did get kicked a lot. I didn't get asthma from it. But again, very interesting. And yes, babies do kick pretty hard. 24, I don't know how to say this word. Chromhidrosis is a rare condition commonly associated with pregnancy where your sweat can turn colours. This can dye your clothing, your bed sheets, and even your toilet seat blue, green, yellow, brown, and even black. I didn't experience that one either. I haven't heard of anyone else experiencing that, but that's also an interesting one. 25, preeclampsia and all of its symptoms: headaches that won't go away, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, pain, sudden weight gain, trouble breathing, and more. Yes, that's also a common one. I hear about that one a lot. That's accurate. Stone babies, number 26. Calcified fetuses that, if undetected, can stay in your body for your entire life. This woman, and there's a link there, was pregnant with a stone baby for over 40 years. Never heard of that, never experienced that. That's pretty crazy. 27. Baby kicks feel like diarrhea at first. I can't remember that. Maybe. I don't know that I remember that. Your belly can stretch so far that your belly button completely disappears. Your belly does stretch really far. I am more of a smaller framed person, and my belly was gigantic during pregnancy. I could still see my belly button though, so it didn't disappear. 29. Morning sickness is not limited to mornings. Yes, very true. I don't know why they call it morning sickness. I had it in my first trimester with both the girls, probably up until week 16 or 17, and it's definitely not morning only. It is all day. Yes. Number 30. You can get pregnant while you're pregnant. It's called superfetation pregnancy. One surrogate mother was pregnant with someone else's baby and then got pregnant with her own baby 6 months later. I don't know about that one. I don't know of anyone that's happened to, but that's pretty crazy. Number 31. Blood volume during pregnancy increases by 45%. You have almost a gallon more blood in your body while pregnant. Yes, I believe that one is true. 32. Sometimes your baby turns into cancer. It's called gestational trophoblastic disease. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. A type of pregnancy-related cancer that occurs when a fertilized egg becomes a tumor instead of a fetus. Don't know about that one either, and no, it did not happen to me. 33. PUPS, an extremely itchy rash that covers pregnancy bellies around after the 3rd trimester. One woman on Reddit said it was so bad for 9 weeks that she couldn't sleep and fantasized about peeling off her own skin. I did experience an itchy belly with both pregnancies, not to that extreme though. Yeah, I didn't experience to that extreme, so I can't comment on that one either. 34. Your brain literally shrinks during pregnancy. What's commonly known as mummy brain has been recently proven to be very real. The parts of your brain responsible for memory, word recall, and executive function shrink. And the worst part, it never returns to normal. For me, yes, I do think I had mummy brain with both pregnancies, and that, sleep deprivation, hormonal changes, all that can definitely affect how your brain works. I don't know if my brain returned back to normal. I think it did, but I guess there's no way to prove it. I hope I haven't lost any brain cells, but no, I don't know about that one. 35. Cats can tell when you're pregnant because you start to smell different. Some cats might adapt well to this change, but some cats attempt to cover up this new smell with their own. This means they might start peeing on or around you, on your bed, your pillow, your couch, your laundry, etc. That extra laundry for you to take care of, as well as the new house now smelling like cat keeps peeing in places it shouldn't. Lovely. I don't have any cats and my dog did not pee on anything. I do think that your body smells different though. 36. This woman's baby was kicking her so hard from inside her womb that she got bruises on the outside. I didn't experience that one either, no. 37. On the subject of kicking, I got this comment on my video response to the last reason. Max says, I kicked my dad so hard from inside my mum's stomach while he had his head on her belly that he got a black eye, and I cracked my mum's ribs because I was a big kicker. Thankfully, I did not experience that. Again, I will say the kicks can be very strong, but no bruises, no cracked ribs, and I'm very grateful for that, and that sounds horrible. And that is the end of her pregnancy section of the girl with the list. After that, it goes into the next part, which is childbirth. I've talked in an earlier episode about how I had postpartum depression and anxiety after my daughter was born. For me, it wasn't on the extreme end of the spectrum. It wasn't unmanageable, but it did impact me enough to shape my postpartum experience. And yet, despite that difficult postpartum experience, I still chose to do it all again. So I wanted to unpack why I decided to do it again as part of the bigger conversation about this list, and about why women, even fully aware of their realities, still say yes to motherhood. Number 1, both my husband and I really liked Sachi. I know that might sound strange, but we genuinely liked her as a person. She was curious, funny, and interesting. She brought something special to our family dynamic. We both enjoy the company of children, often more than adults. Number 2, we loved having a daughter and we both liked the idea of having another one. I never had a sister growing up, so having a daughter gave me a new kind of female bond. I loved having more feminine energy in the house. Vishnu also felt that having a daughter was right for him. On the other hand, we both would have been happy to experience what it was like to have a boy as well, and were not tied down to wanting a particular gender. Number 3, we felt we had it in us to parent one more child the way we wanted to, and that would be it. I took a big break between both girls, 3 years and 3 months to be exact, to give myself enough time to recover physically and mentally so that I could think through if I would be okay to do this again. Number 4, endless hugs. My love language is touch, and even I often get touched out now. But it's only because that's how much some children want to be held and loved, and I really enjoy that. Number 5, children will absolutely floor you at the most unexpected times. The other day I was having some neck pain and my oldest daughter sat on the floor behind me, quietly doing something I didn't notice. 10 minutes later, she handed me a card and said, "I made this for you to make you feel better." Inside was a drawing of me with a crown and the words, "My mum is a queen." For me, sweet moments like these make life worth living. Finally, number 6. No matter how hard life gets, once I had children, I knew everything would be okay. I could have a bad day at work or tension with family or friends, but I would come home and read a book to Sachi, hug her and lie down next to her, and my heart felt at peace. People often say having children is self-sacrificing, but I don't see it that way. Yes, having children is a part of the cycle of life, but I had children because I wanted to. It was part of the vision I had for my life, not something I did out of expectation or obligation. It has been nothing like I imagined, but in all the best and hardest ways. It's often said having children is both the hardest and the best thing you'll ever do. For me, that's true. You hear parents complain, but most of the time they're just tired. Beneath it all, they love their children more than words can express. Pregnancy, childbirth, and motherhood have given me the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. But if I were given the chance again, I'd choose this life every single time. My daughters are the best thing that has ever happened to me. They are my favourite people in the world, and I hope with all my heart that we'll always keep this beautiful bond through every season of life. Both Uni and Abigail Porter compiled comprehensive lists of the realities of some childbirth and postpartum experiences. Had I read them before pregnancy, I probably would have been terrified. Would they have stopped me from having children though? No. If you're on the fence about having children, I hope this offers another perspective. Yes, there's pain and exhaustion, but sometimes I feel you have to go through the hard parts to truly appreciate the magic. The early years of sleep deprivation, nappy changes and tantrums do come to an end, and some people are better equipped for the older stages of parenting than the young baby stage. As Abigail Porter said in her NBC article, "I hope people will stop treating having children as an impulse decision that everyone does. I think that's better for us and also for the children, because if every child that was ever born had parents that really, really wanted them, I think the world would be a better place." And I couldn't agree more. While I understand that around the world this choice isn't always available, for those who do have the ability to choose, I hope this episode helps. And with that, I leave you with this week's serenade, "Mother in You" by Justin Bieber.